Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here sharing some autumn knitting plans and autumn knitting inspiration. This video should not be seen as my to-do list for autumn because this is way too many patterns for me to finish in just a few months. But I found so many cool patterns that I would love to have the time to do, and I will probably pick and choose some of these to do. And I will be sharing along in monthly updates throughout autumn, and we'll see how much I can get done. Firstly, I'll just share what I am wearing. I am today wearing my Eva cardigan that by Petiteknit, knit in Sandnes per Gynt, which has some lovely buttons that I found secondhand. And at first I didn't like the fit of this. It didn't turn out like the way I wanted it to. So I left it at the cabin in the mountain, just thinking, okay, I'll just keep it here. It doesn't matter when we're here. And after some thinking, I was considering frogging it and reusing the yarn. So I asked my sister-in-law to bring it back when they visited the cabin a few weeks ago. But then I tried it on and now I kind of like it. So yeah, that's the takeaway, I guess. Don't like frog immediately, just sit on it for a while. And probably my body changed again, which is just the nature after giving birth, postpartum, all of that. So maybe my body just fits it better now. I don't know. But that's what I'm wearing today. And also I wanted to thank everyone who left a comment on my last podcast episode, which was the first episode in what I'm deeming season 2 of my podcast. I'm really happy that people found it and watched it and took the time to leave such nice comments. And it really means a lot to me that people want to watch the videos that I take time to make. Yeah, so let's just get into the knitting inspiration for autumn. I've broken this down into 3 categories. It's basics, Colourwork, and accessories. And I'm only sharing adult knitting patterns today, patterns for myself. There will probably be some gift knits, some knits for my child, but I haven't made up a list of what I want to do. Those are more like knitting out of necessity. So I haven't complied a list. So this will only be stuff that I want to make for myself this autumn. And let's start with some basics, because I love making my basics, and I've been redoing almost my entire basic knitting wardrobe this year because my body changed so much. I sold off a lot, so now I'm doing it all over in yarns I enjoy, colors I really like and I like wearing and I find flattering on me. So the first I would like to do, which I have all the yarn for, is the Nola sweater by secondknit. I'll insert photos over here somewhere as we go along. And I want to do that in Silky Wool by Pil and this Tynn Kid Silk Alla. The silky wool is a grey and the kid silk is a powder blue, and I think these will marl quite beautifully together. The silky wool is made up of 40% upcycled alpaca, 20% silk and 40% wool, and the alla is 53% kid mohair, 34% silk and 13% wool. So I think the silk content in both the yarn and the kid silk will make this kind of a beautiful and drapey thing, which I think will be nice for this sweater. So I can't wait to get that started. I haven't knit anything by secondknit to date, so I'm really looking forward to trying one of her patterns. The second thing I want to cast on is, I don't know exactly what pattern yet, but I have a sweater quantity of Sandnes Sunday that I got during their discontinued color sale last autumn, and I would love to pair it with Sandnes Tynn Silk Mohair in I don't remember the color name exactly, but it's like a speckled, tweedy mohair. And I just think it's beautiful. And I wanted to do something in that yarn for a long time now. And I've been kind of postponing because I wanted to see if they were discontinuing the color this year. So I could get it on a bit of a discount. But so far I haven't seen them discontinuing it. So I probably just have to get it at full price, which is okay. And that will probably be my next yarn purchase because I really want to cast that on. I've been really looking forward to it. And as I said, I haven't decided on the pattern yet, but there will be some kind of basic pattern because I find doing a yarn like that tweedy, it doesn't like... I want to do just something simple so the yarn can shine on its own. One of the options is the caramel sweater by Petiteknit. I love the purple caramel sweater I knit previously this year. The Eira sweater by November Knits would be a good pattern for it, I think. But it will just probably be like a basic raglan sweater. I've been loving my raglans this year, so it will probably be a raglan sweater. So yeah, if you have any suggestions for a good basic sweater that would fit that pattern, the Aros maybe, I don't know. But I'm kind of leaning towards the caramel sweater because I just really enjoy the fit of it. But I knit my caramel sweater with less decreases in the sleeves to get kind of oversized sleeves. So I will probably do it more to pattern this time and do all of the decreases, so to get like a different look on it, and maybe even a bit longer because I knit the other one quite cropped. So we'll see about it, but that will probably be I think I'll do that pattern also because I've just done it, so I know how I want it and how to make it look good. So it will probably be a kind of fast knit as well. The last on my basic list is the step-by-step cardigan by Florence Miller, and I want to do it in Rauma Vedel. This is just one ball. I don't have like a sweater quantity, but I loved this navy blue that I used for my sweater so much that I figured I really want to do the step-by-step cardigan in this color. It is the color 09 by Rauma Vedel. And I love this yarn, I love this color. And I've had this cardigan on my list for so long, almost entire year now. So I figured now is probably the right time to do it. And the reason it's taking me so long to get this on my needles is because I want to film a tutorial for how I steek cardigans and how I knit them in the round and steek. And I just haven't had the time to get going on that tutorial yet. I've talked to Florence, she's giving me the all clear to use her pattern for this. And yeah, I really just want to do it, and I think autumn would be a good time to release a tutorial like that. But I have to be in like a mindset where I'm okay with filming step by step how I do it. It's not going to be like just a mindless on the go knit. I have to take my time with it. But this autumn, we'll see. And now for the section with the most pattern in it, which is the Colourwork section. I'm probably not the only one who finds Colourwork patterns really inspiring during autumn. And I've made a list of some really beautiful patterns. They might not be like revolutionary, you've probably heard about a lot of these before, but this is my list anyway. So the first one is the Autumn Bloom by Caitlyn Hunter, or the Autumn Alpine. I haven't like decided, but I think I would like to do the t-shirt, just because then I would be able to pair it with like cardigans or blazers and just wear it as a layering piece. And I have this gorgeous hand dyed by Lille. It is called Perlemor, or Mother of Pearl, I think it will be in English. And it's just so gorgeous, and it fits my color palette perfectly with all of these muted blues and pinks and purples, and is it even some green almost? So that would be a perfect contrast color. And I've been kinda dabbling to pair these together. This is the Knitting for Olive Merino in the color Dusty Violet. And I kind of think it would be a beautiful base color for this. If you agree, please let me know. Yeah, I'm really thinking this could work. And if it doesn't like work, it will be a shame. But also I think it would be a really enjoyable knit, so I would get like something out of it. But yeah, I'm really eager to cast this on to see if it works together. I would knit like a swatch first and see how much it bleeds, if the yarns go well together, because this is Highland wool, and it is a fingering weight, but it seems like kind of thicker than the merino. So I would have to see how well they pair together. Can you see the strands together there? On my finger? Yeah, they're kind of similar. So this might just work. I would love if this turned out beautiful and I actually got around to wearing it. The Alpine Bloom, like strictly speaking, is a summer knit, but as for a layering piece in wool for autumn and winter in Norway, I think would be just perfect. I'm kind of back and forth on how much I enjoy wearing summer knits and knitting with summer fibers. I do like knitting with wool so much more. So this summer I have barely knit any summer knits at all. I just wanted to get on with like chunkier stuff and wool. So this would be perfect for autumn and winter and even spring, or like those cold summer days we get here. So I think I could get a lot of wear out of this t-shirt if I end up enjoying the colors together. So yeah, this might be one of my cast on in not the very far future. Next are two sweaters by Caitlyn Hunter that I absolutely fall in love with. The first one is the Halibut sweater, which is just hilarious. It's a circular yoke sweater featuring halibuts on the yoke, which is just so much fun to me. I love fish as like a pattern for a sweater. I just found it hilarious and I would love to knit that. I think I would have so much fun looking at the fish just appearing on my sweater. And I have this blue yarn which was made and spun in my hometown Namsos for years and years and years ago, that my mom found in a container when their neighboring cabin was clearing out from the previous owners, and she asked if she could take it, and they said of course, we're just going to throw it away anyways. So she has washed it and it still smells kind of like old yarn. But I think this would be a beautiful contrast color for a sweater like that, in like maybe a pearl gray or something as the base color. And I don't know the exact weight of this, if I could get the correct number of stitches, but I could try. And this does look a lot like a lot of the Hillesvåg yarn, so I could probably find some Hillesvåg that would be a good base color. And I have like 4 balls of this in kind of uneven numbers, but I know that my mom has a lot more at home, so if I was running short, I could probably get her to send me some more. And it would be like a really nice nod to my hometown, which is by the coast. So making like a fish sweater would be really cool. I have no clue if we can get halibut in Namsos. But yeah, I'm just laughing madly with joy just thinking about knitting that sweater. So I think I just have to do it at some point. Because it would bring me a lot of joy during the process. Next is also by Caitlyn Hunter, and it is the Neigh sweater, which has horses featuring all over the sweater, all over the body. And I also found this sweater just amazingly hilarious. It reminds me of something like Diana Spencer would wear in the 80s, you know. And I really like the colors she has used in her sample photos as well. I'm kind of into reds at the moment, and reds are kind of hard for me to wear because of my true summer palette. There's not a lot of reds in there, and they have to be like very specific shades for them to be flattering on me and not just making me go all red. So I think using them on the body as a contrast color instead, and on the sleeves as well, would be easier for me to wear, and then I could pair it with like a pearl grey or like an ashy white or something like that. That would be like closer to my face, and that would be a nice way for me to wear some red. I love this spiced apple color that Petiteknit comes in now. So that might be a good color for me. I'm not like into those bright reddy reds like poppy red and those. I think they're really lovely on some people, but they are kind of too harsh for me. I like more of the wine reds, spicy reds, vermilion. Yeah, I'm quite... After the color consultation I had earlier this year, I've become so particular about my colors. It's almost ridiculous. But I enjoy the hunt for the right colors as well, so I'm having a lot of fun with it. But yeah, I think that would be a good contrast color if I could knit it at a DK weight. I think this sweater is at a DK weight. I just think both the Halibut and the Neigh are so hilariously cool. I would love to wear them, so I have to make them both at some point. Next on my list is the Mist Sketch Sweater by Florence Miller. I think this is just beautiful, kind of basic Colourwork sweater that would be really well for beginners as well. I haven't any yarn for this. I have no clue what I want, what colors I want. I really love her sample photos, which is a pale blue and white, so I might do something like that. But I don't know, but I just really like the sweater and would love to make it. Then we have two sweaters by Sandnesgarn. The first one is the Gingham Sweater, which I think I have the pattern for in one of my booklets, so I just brought them to see. Yeah, the first one is the Gingham Sweater, which is in this DIY booklet. 2308. If I'm not mistaken, Sandnesgarn actually sells their patterns as downloadable PDFs now, so you can get just the pattern, which is kind of revolutionary. But this is the Gingham sweater. As the name suggests, it is a gingham pattern, and it's knit in Petiteknit. I love knitting in Petiteknit, so that's not, really good, and I find their color selection quite good as well. And I would probably do like some blues and greys or whites or something like that. Yeah, I just think it's a really cool sweater. And also on my list is the Romy sweater, which ties into one of my goals for this year, which was to learn how to duplicate stitch, which I still haven't learned. So I think doing the Romy, which has a cross pattern all over the body, would be a really good way of learning it. And if I hate it, I would just undo it and have a striped sweater because you knit the stripes as you go, the horizontal ones, and you do the vertical ones as duplicate stitches at the end of it. At least I believe that's how you do it. So those two would be really nice to have in my wardrobe. I have no idea what yarn I would do the Romy in. I don't even remember what yarns is suggested. Maybe it's like Sunday and silk mohair, I don't know, but yeah, I would do it in some yarn. Last on my list is the Lumme sweater by Sari Nordlund. I made a shortened version of it for my daughter earlier this year, and I just really love the floral colorwork. It kind of reminds me of the Alpine Bloom, so maybe I won't do both, but I really have the Lumme on my list. Maybe I would carry it into winter. I don't know, and I don't know what yarn or colors. Maybe I would do a hand dyed for the pattern. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will do it in like navy and white as a contrast. That would be kind of cool. I don't know yet. but I really want to do it at some point because I really enjoyed the pattern. And now I have the pattern because I bought it to make the kids version. So I only would need a yarn, which is nice. Lastly, I have some accessories I would love to do. The first is the Bradshaw bag, which I saw my friend Hannah wear when I met her last. She has a gorgeous, gorgeous striking blue version of it. And I would really like to do it in like a cornflower yellow, or like a sunflower yellow, I think you would call it. Because yellow is also a color I don't... it really makes my skin go just gray and weird, but I think for an accessory it would be really nice, and I love yellow, so it would be cool to do like a bag in sunflower yellow to also have some like a pop of color. I think it would be really cool to wear a yellow bag with my black winter coat and gray scarf and gray beanie, and imagine just doing like a yellow bag across the body. I think that would be so cool. And I would do it, it's all originally you knit it in Vams, but I'm not sure they have the exact shade of yellow I would like, so I would have to do some hunting. And because it's a bag, it like, if it doesn't match the gauge perfectly, it doesn't matter that much. I would just have to get a different zip. And Hannah just omitted the lining of it, which means she can force a lot of stuff into her bag, so I will probably just do the same to make it without the lining. Also, I hated doing the lining on one of the bags I've made, so not doing the lining and just the zip would be so much easier. So that's my first accessory. Next is the Petal Drop Socks by Florence Miller, and I have a yarn which I think would be really nice for it, which is this, which is also a Lille hand dyed. This is her merino sock base, which is merino, superwash and some nylon in it. I think it's 75-25 merino or nylon. And although it is a variegated with some speckles, I think it would be really beautiful to do the lace pattern for the socks in it, because it's such a subtle and light marl. So I don't think like the lace would drown in the color. And I really want to do another pair of socks. It's been a while since I knit socks now, so I think I need to get my sock mojo back. I just have to finish my penny gloves first, because I don't like to have two projects at once where I have to do like two identical or something. And I'm almost done with my first penny glove, so I just have to get back into that project. Then I have the Oslo Hat by Petiteknit, and this has also been on my list for a while. And the reason I haven't cast that on is because I want to use whatever is left of the Sunday for like that basic sweater I've been talking about, and pair it with this hand-dyed mohair from Strikkefeber, which I bought earlier this year or last fall, I don't remember. But I think these would be really nice together, but I don't yet know how much Sunday I will have left over, and I don't want to break up a sweater quantity of merino, so I have to do that sweater first, which is also why I'm going to prioritize buying the mohair for this as my next big purchase, so I can get that on the needles and get a feeling of how much I will have left, and then see if I can get an Oslo hat out of that. I think I have like 9 balls or something from this, so I'm quite certain I will have enough, but I still want to do the sweater first just to be absolutely sure. Then the last on my list are some more Selbu mittens. I did buy the Rauma pattern booklet this year, last fall, I don't really remember. Sometime while I was on maternity leave, I got this booklet, and it is just stunning patterns in here. I've already done one of them, so I would really love to do one of the other patterns that I didn't do the last time. They're just really gorgeous. You get both adult and kids in this. Maybe I would do this one. This one's really pretty. It is the Appelsina Rose. It's gorgeous. And And I would do it in some kind of solid base color. And then I have some of these gorgeous hand-dyeds that I think would be really pretty. I'm kinda leaning towards this one. This is from Lillerille's Halloween collection last year or the year before, I don't know. I bought these on one of her sales. She had a few left over, and I think they're all just gorgeous. They are inspired by The Nightmare Before Christmas. And yeah, I think they are all really pretty. And because it's an accessory on my hands, even like this warm, rusty thing would work. But I kind of want to do this one just because it's really crazy and I love it. But this is cool as well. So I have to find like some main color that would work. Probably white would be good for all of them. Maybe this one would be better with like a grayish one. I don't know. I would probably be able to figure that one out. So those are all of my inspiration plans for this autumn. I really can't wait to get some of the stuff I have on my needles now finished, so I can cast some new stuff on and get going with my fall knits, autumn knits. Yeah, I'm really just looking forward to autumn this year. Having my tea, my daughter starting kindergarten, both of us adults back at work. It will be crazy, I think, but at the same time, that's why I love having my knitting. It really grounds me. It's something I do just for me, sometimes for others as gifts. But I really enjoy it, and I feel like I'm growing so much as a knitter this year, and that's why I want to challenge myself. I want to use more hand dyes. I want to just try different yarns and just do fun stuff. Please leave a comment if you have any of these patterns or yarns on your list this autumn, or share anything that you're knitting on or you're planning to knit in the coming months. And I hope I will see you in my next video, which will be a wrap-up of what I've knit in August. Now, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!